Hello, hello! Welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am thrilled to be back and thrilled to see so many of my friends already in chat. We got D, as usual, saying good morning. Hello, Toddly enough. Rhonda giving me a wave. Who else is here? Blake and Tess and Stefano and Amy and Rand. And D remembering that today we get a double dose of Jack. If you are interested, I will be streaming twice today. So we will do this stream as usual, and then another stream at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I hope to see many of you there. We got Warthog saying yo, Scav and James are back. And yeah, my name is A. Daylight, the clock's changed in the US. I'm not sure where you are, but sorry if that caused any confusion. So we should be on this time schedule for a long time now. Shania is here. Lots of people guessing one across. Minis on YouTube. So why don't we check out the crossword? We're solving today's LA Times crossword. Remember that LA Times puzzles do not have titles. They do have constructors, though. Liana and Scott have cooked something up for us. And the first thing I noticed about this grid is that it's not rotationally symmetric as crosswords usually are. It's got this cool left-right symmetry. So that should be interesting. I'm sure it has something to do with the theme. One across bundle of wheat. Lots of people saying sheaf, which I think seems right. It's been a while since I've held a bundle of wheat, but Stefano says late night for me, no chance. Yeah, I know it's going to be too late for some of our international viewers in particular. I apologize for that. 9 was chosen this time just because it's after work hours for everyone in the US. Last time we did it a little earlier. We're still kind of experimenting with this to see how the turnout is and if people like it. Jennifer Ann is here, also getting sheaf. Hello to you. Shania says they're designers, not constructors, Jack. Wow. I think that's the first time I've heard them called designers. Hey, Arkadium says because Jack loves to party. That's right. Yeah, it's Arkadium After Dark tonight. Like chiffon. Interesting. Yeah. So Logician, many people on TikTok, Lucky, are saying sheer, which I think is a great answer. Logician has 2 guesses, sheer or silky. But actually, now that I think of chiffon, if I'm picturing the right fabric, I'm picturing it's kind of like prom dress fabric. Is that a weird thing to say? I feel like it's not that silky. It's more mesh-like. So sheer I prefer, but let's check the cross. Yeah, Scav is also saying silky. Someone who really knows chiffon, weigh in here. Yeah, Barbara also guessing sheer on Facebook. Let's see. Ooh, Crossword Architects suggests Lucky. I like all these elevated terms for a crossword constructor. Shania says, are we having a pajama party? Yeah, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up in that floppy hat with my candle. Okay. Nobody's Biz is back, and I didn't even read 14 across. A chord for one. A chord for one. Not the easiest clue, but I think people are on the right track. Blake and Amy and D saying Honda. Yeah, Honda Accord. Definitely a well-known car. So it's looking like sheer is probably right for 1 down. So far, so good. 2 down is swarm. Swarm. Can't tell if this is a verb or a noun. Could be both. Warthog suggests crossword engineers. Wow. Blake says after 5 p.m. is now after dark. That is a good point, Blake. Hello, Mickey. How you doing? Yes. Okay, horde looks great, although it seems like people are disagreeing about how to spell it. This is a confusing one. I'm pretty sure that horde like this means to collect things and not throw them out. Horde like this means a swarm. That is my vote for spelling. But as usual, the crosses will have the final say. Urgent care specialist briefly. All right. Crossword synergistic analysts, says Felix. Oh my god. That is some office speak if I've ever heard it. Mickey and Lucky and Rhonda, James and Jennifer are also, and Logician all saying ER doc. Wow. I guess that is brief. Emergency room doctor, urgent care specialist. Yeah, seems reasonable. Should we check 20 across? End of an academic address. Okay, this is looking good. So far, pretty smooth. opening section. We don't have this long across entry that we usually get around here in a crossword puzzle, so I'm not exactly sure where the themers are hiding. Maybe these verticals? Yeah, maybe these 4 slots. Hannah Quaid is back, excited to give edu and mhuck as well. Yeah, edu. End of like an academic, a URL address or an email address, .edu, that's the idea there. Land, okay. Land kind of works with 3 down, I think. So we're cruising. Felix says, I work in crossword synergy as an Oreo oboist. Wow. I have seen people write like, so that those terms like Oreo, oboe, eel are called crosswordese, meaning words that show up a lot more in crossword puzzles than in daily life. I've seen people write whole stories or poems using exclusively crosswordese. That is some real geeky humor. Copycat. Oh yeah, by the way, end up in land I think makes sense. Like, so where did we land on that decision? Where did we end up? Good to... I like to do that replacement test, you know, if I'm not exactly sure why is end up working for land. I try to find a sentence where I can stick either of them in and it works both ways. Kitty Cat is saying repeater, which is interesting for copycat. However, I think you would need an A there. I don't think that's going to fit. Wardog says, you're in too deep, Jack. Now you tell me? Rhonda says, geeky humor suits us. Yeah, that's what I thought. Replays, repeats, is copycat a verb? Yeah, Felix asking the tough questions. So what do we do here? We do crosses? I guess. Reinhardt of Riverdale. I do know this. I know this person for sure. I could picture her. I never watched Riverdale, although the trailers always looked kind of mesmerizing to me. Something about the color scheme on that show. Yes. Oh, Scav loves that show, so I'm going to trust your spelling, because I wasn't sure that it was spelled like this, but Lily Reinhardt is definitely right. So and L works with what Barbara's suggesting, and Logician for 25 across. Copycat is a replica. That makes sense. That actually works. So not repeat or anything like that. It's just a replica, a copycat, a copy. Ooh, Jessica saying replays, but I think replica is good. What do we think? Bethany and James also want replays. The problem with replays is the tense doesn't match. Like, why not replay? I don't know. Ooh, copycat. Oh boy. Are we copying ourselves today? What is this? Is this thematic or is this just playful cluing? I can't tell. Yeah, Drillbit Hayden says 5 down will help. Yes, Buzz is here. And Jennifer. And Blake and Douglas saying facsimile. What a word. Nice word. It does mean copycat, so we got 2 copycats here. Yeah, again, I'm curious if this is the theme speaking to us or not. My only hope is to just solve through. Toddly enough likes facsimile. We got 2 Blakes in chat now. Period says I've never heard of this word. It basically means a replica, I think. A copy. It's where fax comes from? What? That's what Blake and Buzz, that's what fax comes from? I did not know that. That's blowing my mind. Fax is facsimile? Holy cow. I don't think we're going to learn something better than that in this grid. That is awesome. Chulit is here, and Warthog saying, you're not old enough, says James. I am pinged online. I am. That looks good. That's really cool. I guess everybody knew that except for me. Yeah, no title, Shreya. LA Times crosswords don't have titles, but they do have themes. So we might have even stumbled across a theme here. It's not clear. Gangsta rap rapper. Toddly enough and Kim Williams and Warthog. And M Huck saying Ice-T. That's definitely right. Ice-T went on to become a pretty successful actor. 21 across, start to knock, and we have a question mark. Question mark could also be a tip-off for a theme answer, but just don't see a lot of horizontal real estate. There's this one here. Where's our theme? I promised a theme. I need to deliver a theme. Start to knock. We have a question mark. What are they getting at here? Yeah, lucky. That's an interesting point. I wonder, these clues will be very telling at 9 down and 27 across to see if there's somehow copycats of replica and facsimile. Seeing a lot of question marks. People don't seem... Mark Galaxy is saying sign off, which fits, but I'm not sure I understand. Len says silence. I think Amy Gal and Shania are onto this. Yeah, we got a lot of shrugs, but Ledition, Scav, Amy, and Shania all saying silent K. That's why there's a question mark, because this is kind of playful and punny. Start to the word knock is a silent K. That is the idea here. Yeah, Tess loves it. Dead Nut Dude loves it. Okay. It's one of those things that's too clever to be wrong. Yeah, Kitty Cat says, oh, that's so smart. Buzz Buzz says, oh, yeah, that's good. The Hunger Games, the blank of songbirds and snakes. I don't know all the subtitles to the Hunger Games books. But yeah, what I'm seeing in chat makes sense. Oh, Duo's back on YouTube with a good-looking answer. And Evie and Mark Galaxy all saying ballad. I think that's probably right. They're always doing songs and ballads in these fantasy series. TN Forever just followed us. Thank you. And someone called Can't Believe the... And then your username gets cut off, so I don't know what you can't believe. Hannah Quaid says, great movie, too. Which one is this in the series? It's not the first one, right? Social media annoyance. Ah. Oh, my God. Yeah, period giving me the perfect emoji. James. And others saying bot. And Ledition says, I'm not a bot, even though people think I am, which is hilarious because Ledition is always getting the right answer and has been accused of being a bot. But I trust you, Ledition. Jennifer Linville is here, also saying bot. We have multiple Jennifers in chat. Oh, I see. The ballad is the prequel. Has that come out? I'm so behind on the Hunger Games lore. 4th released book, first in the timeline. Thank you, Kitty Cat. Dazzle. Plank Boy is here, and Kim Williams saying, and TikTok Radio saying, aw. Looks good. All right. Scrape covered by a welly bravery bandage, for example. Wow. I think I know what this one's going to be. Arkadium official saying, I'm also not a bot and I'm often accused. Yeah, the mods are accused of being bots, and they certainly are not. I know them. I can vouch for their humanity. Toddly Enough and Kitty Cat and CJ are saying, owie? I always object to this entry in Crosswords, except last time this was in a puzzle, everyone assured me that toddlers really do call them owies. And I guess Welly Bravery Bandage is like a brand of Band-Aids for little kids. TK says, shout out to the mods. Yeah, they do deserve a round of applause every now and then. They're working hard. They're keeping chat lively. They're supplying useful information. Mods are great. And they're keeping the bots out. Work of fiction, another question mark. Ooh, Lucky says, was it Lucky? Yeah, everyone's a bot if you believe the dead internet theory. Oh no. We can't get into dead internet theory. Save it for the late night stream. Buzz says, I'm 40 and I call them owies too. It's hilarious. All right, let's stay on track though. Lee is saying lie. That was for me. I need to stay on track. I'm getting lost in chat. Work of fiction. It's a clever clue. Fiction as in you're lying, so you've made up a fictional tale. Duo likes it on YouTube. Tammy says, I have these bandages in my home. Really? The welly something? Welly bravery. And do they make owies better? Itty bitty. Itty bitty. Yeah, Plank Boy and Rand, Kathy, TN Forever, all saying teeny. It's unclear exactly how to spell teeny. I guess we can't just put a Y here because it's not long enough, so maybe it's spelled like this. Teeny. It's believable. Someone with I can't tell what your username is if it's Alexandria says today's was hard. Today's what? Did you do this puzzle already? TK just followed us. Thank you. And TikTok Volts. That's cool. Oh, Teensy says F. That's another good idea. It could be Teensy. You're right. I'm not comfortable enough to put this in. Ooh, Alexandria already solved this puzzle, so please no spoilers. You can watch us suffer through it. Amanda Took just followed us. Thank you. Yeah, Barbara's guessing teeny as well. Partly removable roof. Yes, looking good. Ooh, and name is irrelevant just followed us. George's Big George in the house. What's good, cool guy? George always has the best entrances. T-top looks great for partly removable roof. And maybe let's check 30 across because we're not sure what this letter is right here. It could be an E or a Y. Carpe diem hashtag. Okay, this is funny. I get this. Wait, stop better than tent. Where's that? I don't understand that comment at all. So maybe I'm just going to pretend I didn't see it. Yeah, I see a lot of people, Chulit and Amanda and D, saying YOLO. Tessa's like, YOLO, oof. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Carpe diem means seize the day, and honestly, so does YOLO. You only live once. And that sorts out this debate. It was teensy. I've heard people complain that technically the grammar should be you live only once. You only live once is not correct grammar. So if you needed one more reason to scoff at the word YOLO, there it is. Oh, copycat. Whoa, look at this. Someone, Looky, you predicted this. Look, so far we found these two copycats in the grid right here, and I wasn't sure if that was thematic or not, but now I'm certain. This is not a coincidence. This has theme written all over it. I'm checking 9 down too. Copycat, look at that. All right, so symmetry is achieved and copycats all over the place. Wow. Interesting. Oh, stencil. Lots of people saying stencil. N's and D and Lucky and Mickey saying stencil. Ooh, Warthog looking at the down. That's a great pick. Look-alike. Ja agrees. And Amy, whoa. Look-alike. It's beautiful. Oh, that fits perfectly, but it doesn't work with stencil, which is a little troubling. We need it. If look-alike is right, we need an alternative here. Mickey's very happy with look-alike. Rumi just followed us. Thank you. TK says chat is so smart. It's very true, TK. Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live has a very smart chat. It's not stencil. Hello, Meow. How you doing? And Ja just followed us, too. Ja or Ha? How am I saying that? Kim Williams says stand in. Interesting. Blake and Douglas guess stamped. I'm not sure I understand stamped as much, and I don't like the fact that it's past tense and there's nothing in the clue that suggests past tense. I think stand in is clever. Stand in. Barbara on Facebook, I think your chats are coming in a little late for me. It might be worth refreshing your stream so that I see your stuff sooner. Stand in, copycat. Yeah, we'll play with it. It seems very possible. Yeah, Mo likes it. Okay. Maybe let's check the D, 11 down, create ribbons. It's kind of a weird clue. Blake says stamped works for copycat. Can you explain it to me? Zane asking for 13 down. We'll check that next. Okay. Jasmine, Mickey, Lucky, people actually coming up with stuff for this. Jennifer James. Nice. I like what I see. Yeah, Rand shred. Yeah, you can create ribbons if you're shredding something. That seems very plausible. Zane was asking for 13. A chord for 1. Didn't we already have this? Look at this. A chord for 1. Honda was like the best answer. So what is this then? Is this another copycat, or is that a coincidence? Coins are stamped. Steve-O is here. I'm assuming the famous Steve-O. Zane is saying Nissan, but it doesn't quite fit. But sedan, your second suggestion, does fit. Enz likes it. Yeah, I think this could actually work. Sedan. So we are making stand-in work. Let's start checking these crosses. Endures. Yeah. I can definitely think of a 5-letter word with this letter pattern that means endures. Okay. Yeah. Period and Jaku and Ja and Quaker are saying lasts. I think that makes sense. To endure is to last, to have legs. Earthy color. Ooh, nice. Very autumnal, appropriate for this time of year. Oh, notice the U. Whoa. Where are my Brits at? You guys are always complaining that these crosswords don't respect your spelling. Look at that clue. That means, oh, that's going to mean imply something for the spelling of this. It's intentional. Okay. We didn't just get a random British clue. JR, yeah, it's ochre. Ochre. And I guess, do Americans spell it like this? Is that why? Maybe Americans spell it ER and Brits spell it RE, and that's why color light is spelled with this U in the grid. I think that makes sense. Sev Parker is here getting that. FCat. Nice job. Yeah, ochre is like a brownish orange, if you know. Yeah, Lucky says color spelled correctly. Here we go. Tess said, I never noticed color, it just looked right. Plague Boy says ochre for hurdle. Bizbus says no one spells it ER, so why the ochre spelled the same either way? Huh, well now I'm confused. Meow got it on YouTube. Was part of a row or a row? Ooh, Sev and Enz are saying ored. I like that. Yeah, if you row, you're oaring, and we didn't even need 10 down. What is this? Spanish here, acá. Okay, good. All right, 1 letter left in this corner. We got Rome's blank fountain. I know this. And actress Noblezada. Ooh, I love this person. Has anyone seen Hadestown in New York on Broadway? She was the star of Hadestown, and she was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think she's no longer with the show, but she's very good. Yes, Kim Williams knows her fountains. Rome's Trevi Fountain, a very famous landmark there. I've been there. And Ava Noblezada, if you don't know her, keep an eye out for her because she's going places if she hasn't already. Yeah, Arkadium says she and her Hadestown love interest just got married in real life. Yes, it's a very romantic story. Okay. Wow, Shania's playing both sides. I see Shania on YouTube and on TikTok. How many devices do you own, Shania? Taboo. I see. Jennifer and D and Tess and Lucky saying no. Melissa. Yeah, TN Forever says smart peeps. It's very true. A lot of smart peeps here. Shania and Duo like no. Wait, okay, I might be hallucinating here, but look at this. We're talking copycats all over the grid, and look at no. It's this like duplicative answer, and Lily is also like this, and they're also symmetric. Is that a coincidence? Am I seeing things, or is this thematic? I might be seeing themes where they don't live. I don't know. Dysentery Gary says, what is Trevi? Trevi Fountain is a notable landmark in Rome. That's definitely correct. I have been there. I have photos of it. Okay. Shania like streets in Dickens novels. Interesting. Jennifer says you're very good at seeing the patterns. Although I might be there's such thing as being too good at seeing patterns. Yeah, I like this answer. Enz and Shania both saying gaslit. I sort of appreciate that this is not this is not clued via the modern usage of gaslighting. It's just the quaint old time usage of like, yeah, gaslit streets in a Dickens novel. Just feels cozy. Manual. Manual. Hey, Jilly, how you doing? By the way, if you are new here, I just want to tell you we stream every single day, every day at noon Eastern time. We're here with a crossword, and we play Hurdle also, which is very fun. And I'm doing a bonus stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I would love to see many of you there. I'm slightly worried no one will show up, and so if you can make it, your support would mean a lot to me. And if you don't follow us, it is the best way to keep in touch. John Dom is here saying guide. Ah, okay. I was not understanding this clue, but I think that makes sense. Like a manual is a guide. User's manual, that kind of thing. Think that makes sense. CJ says I'll be there. Love it, CJ. Todd Leanoff says I'll be there. You guys are the best. D as well. Thank you. Felix says, what puzzle are you doing tonight so I don't do it today? Good question. I think we're going to solve one from the Stan Hard. Wait. It's either a Stan Hard or a Stan Daily. But it's not a puzzle that was released today, if that helps. It's one from the archives. Adams, who photographed 36 Down. Okay, I only know one famous photographer, honestly, and it's Ansel Adams. So I think I'm agreeing with John Dom and Duo. All right. And I only see one word. Yeah, blank we meet again is looking right. Catching up on chat a bit. Lots of people know Ansel Adams. Although we didn't even see what Ansel apparently took a photograph of. 36 is all the way over here. More of this left-right symmetry, but I don't think we need to go there just yet. We'll do that next. Mo says I'm planning to show up, but can't guarantee that much help. That's all right, Mo. You contribute what you can, and I'll be glad to have you there either way. Tess says apparently one of the constructors is British. Explains the spelling of color. Interesting. Meanwhile, Meg and the Peter Kim are saying until. Yeah, until we meet again. Looks good. Until we meet again. Arkadium says we should get Shania to join on all of her devices so that the audience feels like more people. You know what? However you get the numbers up. Just have 20 copycat Shanias. Kin of equi. Yeah, equi is a prefix meaning same. So I like what Maypro and Dad Not Dude are saying. ISO. Yeah, and someone whose username is just a dot is saying it's not ish, it's ISO. Peter Kim is asking for 33 down, so let's check it. Freezes. Freezes. I don't think ish does make sense. First of all, ish is a suffix and equi is a prefix. Yeah, isosceles, Zane, that's a great example of iso as a prefix meaning same because isosceles triangles have two sides of the same length. Freezes. Where are we here? Oh, interesting. I like Logician's guess. Yeah, and Blake and a lot of, ooh. So we actually have two different guesses. Stood still, which actually doesn't quite fit. It also doesn't fit tense-wise, but I like stops cold. That's a cool, stops cold. That's nice. Stops cold does fit. Yeah? We'll try it. I guess it could be other things. Mids the Explorer just followed us. Thank you. The Idol star Lily Rose. Aha. Yeah. People know this person? Yeah, Maypro and Melissa, Tess, and Sev know this person. Scap says, I heard that show was horrible. Oh, no. Well, no, Logan's saying something else. Yeah, Depp, Shania and Logician saying Depp. Yeah, Lily Rose Depp. This is Johnny Depp's daughter. Fun fact about Johnny Depp's kids. He has 2 kids. Their names are Jack and Lily Rose. My sister's name is Lily. So my parents have 2 kids named Jack and Lily, and Johnny Depp has 2 kids named Jack and Lily. So just one of many things that my parents have in common with Johnny Depp. What blank can I do? Okay, this is looking right. Everything's looking good. Bus says Nepo babies. Okay. Yeah, Sev Parker saying, yeah, Rhonda says, what a coincidence. It's kind of cool, right? It's like your dad is Johnny Depp. Yeah, can you imagine? No, my dad is not Johnny Depp. What else can I do? It looks good. I feel like we're neglecting this section a little bit. What do we do, actually? Where do we go? I never know how to navigate a left-right symmetric puzzle. Lobster claw. Are we getting more copycats somewhere? I thought that this might be, but this is not a theme answer, so I'm a little confused. This puzzle is slightly perplexing. The Peter, Kim, Enz, and Mickey, and Kitty Cat, and Warthog all saying pincer, and that's a good answer. Lobster claw, the pincer. Fox the Wolf is here saying pincer. We have so many Jennifers in chat. Jennifer Linville, Jennifer Ann, and I'm almost certain there's another one. Arboreal marsupial. Say that 10 times fast. Yeah, buzz, buzz, buzz. We're solving a puzz. Okay, Period and Kim Williams and Melissa. Meow on YouTube also getting pincer. Nice work. Sev and Meg all saying koala for an arboreal marsupial. That seems right. Arboreal means in the trees. Marsupial is a type of animal that has like a pouch. Things like that. Oh, Jennifer saying all the Jennifers are copies of each other. Man, I should have made that joke. That's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of copycats. I feel like I never woke up and this stream is happening in my dream. There's something very ethereal about this experience. Yosemite Summit informally. Cool. Koala for hurdle. That's what Amy wants. Okay. Seen 2 guesses. El Cid. El Cid is a thing, but it's not this thing. It's got to be El Cap. Ash Potato likes it. Yeah, El Cap is a famous cliff face in Yosemite. I know it because Alex Honnold free soloed it it's covered in the documentary Free Solo, which I highly recommend. And apparently Ansel Adams photographed El Cap. So lots of things to know. Buzz has got to get back to work. Join us tonight at 9 p.m. if you're around, 9 p.m. Eastern, and enjoy the rest of your workday. And someone named Lucas just followed us. Thank you, Lucas. Blank Phi. Okay, that clue's kind of a gimme. Sci-fi. Magpie says, back again to watch everyone else be good at crosswords. At least I'm goodish at hurdle. Hi, Magpie. Every time I hear someone say something like that, they end up contributing an answer like very shortly after. So do not count yourself out. And Meg MBW just followed us. Thank you. With a Canadian flag. Lucas says, how does this work? We're solving a crossword puzzle. If you've ever solved a crossword, the clues should be around in the middle of your screen in this gray section here. If you think you know an answer, write it into chat. And I'm kind of collecting everybody's responses and making this a group solve. Falls from the Sky is rains. That looks good. Blake and Sev like it. Meow likes it. Logician likes it. Okay. Comics icon Lee. We have, and Lucas, we stream every day at noon. Every day at noon Eastern time, we stream with a crossword puzzle, and we play a game called Hurdle, which is very fun. That's coming up next. Yeah, Magpie says Stan my icon. We're all big Stan fans here because we solve a lot of Stan Newman crossword puzzles. This is a different Stan. It's also worthy of fans. And I'm going to stop speaking because I can't help but speak in rhymes right now. Yeah, not as iconic as Stan Newman, Amy says. You're right. Keep the stands ranked. I feel like we've been neglecting the center here, and I want to fix that. German pronoun. Who speaks German? Who speaks German? James, period. I'm seeing several guesses. I see der, I see das, and I see ich. I apologize for my terrible German pronunciations. I'm going to veto das because I thought this meant the, which is not a pronoun. Am I wrong? I don't remember what der is. Ich is maybe I, so that's a real candidate, but nobody seems certain. If you write to me saying you're certain, I will put your answer in. Until then, we do 44 across. Oft pierced body part. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Stefano's saying das and der are articles. That was kind of what I thought. I knew das was, but so we're putting ich in, I guess. I think it means I, which is definitely a pronoun. So we're decent shape there. Period and Sev and Blake and Amy and Maypro are all saying earlobe. Someone named Jay too. Earlobe, which is a good entry. Does anyone else feel like the theme just abandoned us? Like it was theme, and then like themeless crossword? Pronounced ish, says Duo. Oh man, it must have hurt your ears hearing me say ick 100 times. Sorry about that. Bread. Ooh, I see. Hard clue, but period and Gary are saying money, which actually makes sense. I mean, bread is slang for money. I guess it could be other things like dough, moolah. You're right. Okay, we don't have enough information. And Mia says bagel. Yeah, bagel's a type of bread, but I think it's more likely to be slang for money. It's just so crosswordy. Let's check some downs. What's this? Oh, here we are. Ah, we got a little copycat right here. I've been missing these copycats. You've seen 4 so far. Here's a 5th copycat in the grid. Yes, and Mickey and Blake have good guesses for it. The Peter Kim Taryn. Everyone's saying clone. I love it. Clone is definitely a copycat. I'm actually kind of surprised how many words there are for a copycat. We have at least 5. Yeah, said writing clone. Ooh, and Gil and Taryn pointing out that moolah now works best for. It's the only one of our guesses that actually fits at 50 across now. So maybe we try moolah. All right. So far, so good. Moolah, I think, can be spelled with an H or without. I think they're both valid. I mean, it's made up slang anyway. Like some monologues. 55 across is suspiciously long. I wonder. Oh, and we probably need another copycat in this section, so maybe 55 across is also copycat. We'll go there next. Like some monologues. Ah, I see. Warthog and Jessica saying funny. Ooh, Meg and Blake and Scav saying inner. Inner feels a little bit better, right? Yeah, Sev and Tess likes it. Jilly's having second thoughts. Yeah, so maybe inner monologues. I suppose, I mean, some monologues can be funny, like a late night host, for example, but inner monologue is like a phrase. So I think it is a better idea. I'm too eager to see 55 across if it's copycat. It's not copycat, but it is a revealer. Betray, or what can be found 3 times in this puzzle. Betray, or what can be found 3 times in this puzzle. 3 is a curious number because we've already found 5 copycats. So why 3? What is this? What is this? Ah. Oh, you guys are smart. You guys are very smart. Okay, we have an error. First and foremost, it's not stops cold. I thought that was a good answer for freezes, but maybe stops dead? Also a good answer. Yeah, double cross. Oh, it's very clever. Ledition got it. Other people, yeah, Taryn. hold on, double cross. Let me make sense of this. So to double cross is to betray. But I think the idea is that we literally have words for meaning double, like a body double, for example, crossing. So the fact that these cross matters for the theme. Copycat. These are both words for double and they're crossing. These are both words for double and they're crossing. And then clone and double are both words for double and they're crossing. That's why it happens 3 times. What do we think? Like it? Sev Parker says you all are good at this. You're good at this. I've seen you getting so many answers. Jessica likes it. Peter Kim likes it. I need more people liking it. Yeah, Pashi. Okay, Mickey's happy. Good. I think it's very clever. Beautiful, says Gil. Yes. Now it's getting the yeah, I like it. Lucky says fun theme. I like it too. I think it's very clever. I appreciate when you feel like you've got the pulse of the theme, like, okay, we're getting a lot of synonyms of copycat today, and then you get hit with like an extra layer. There's something more here. There's something deeper. They're crossing for a reason. There's this wordplay of double cross. It's a satisfying moment. Miniest Mini on YouTube is saying people, third word of the Constitution. Yes, we the people. That looks great. All right. Wow, we have so many good downs here. I feel like we could solve this section downs only. Some people do that with easy puzzles. They'll only look at clues in one orientation. Exploits. Plank Boy and Sev. Yeah, Sev saying you guys are all good at this and then gets every answer right. Exploits uses. Yeah, Stefano likes it. Julie likes it. Okay. Exploits and uses. John Dom and Kitty Cat like it. Stick a fork in me. I'm actually having trouble parsing this. Stick a fork in me. Huh, I thought this was going to be easier. I'm a little confused by this. Yeah, Carlala is saying I'm done, but that somehow doesn't fit. I am done. Oh, is double cross wrong? It can't be. We have so many checks on it. Am I done doesn't work with beat. I'm so confused now. Is this a D? Wait, should we check this one? Thatcherism creator familiarly. Okay. Amiable, says Michelle. Am I beat? Wow, that's hard. Yeah, am I done was what we all wanted. Stick a fork in me. Am I done? No, am I beat? I'm tired. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Got it. Okay. Crosswords work. Crosswords work. I like it. Son of Canadian is saying Iron Lady and Harambe and Miniest Mini. Yeah, Thatcher was called, Margaret Thatcher was called the Iron Lady. Happy? Okay, time for the 7-letter stack. Home for lanternfish. Cool. Lanternfish are quite cool. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. We got CJ and Meg and Carlala and Douglas all saying deep sea. And Miniest Mini likes it. Definitely where lanternfish live. How a detective might work. Okay. Ooh, and 7 Blake already guessing 65 across without even seeing the clue. Ha! Taryn sees the future. Okay. On a lead, I think makes sense. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cough, so coughing a bit, I apologize. Motive for a cover-up with a question mark. Excuse me. I saw people guessing this earlier. Yeah, Sev and period saying modesty. I guess the joke here is that if you're covering yourself up, you're modest. Something like that. And what was the Brian Eno clue? Musician Brian who used a Mac to compose the Microsoft sounds. Wait, that's a better than average Brian Eno clue. That's very interesting. First of all, I must recognize the Microsoft sound, but I can't picture it in my head. Amy Gal says, gotta go, ochre for hurdle. Amy, I hope I see you later. If not, I'll see you, tomorrow or the next day. Does anyone know the Microsoft sound? I really wish I could play it on stream right now. And then using a Mac to compose the Microsoft sound is good trivia. What was this? Oh, Dom Perignon, that's champagne. Perfect. All right. One more section left, pretty much. Dysentery Gary says, which sound? And then Felix writes out a bunch of dun, 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 dun. I don't think I know it. Snuff Boy says, Windows 95 startup sound. Sounds awesome. Oh man, I really wish I could play it. It's going to be the first thing I do after stream is look up the Microsoft sound. Undisclosed Advantage. Whole card. Nice. Taryn and Melissa like that. Ledition. Whole card. Looks good. Kind of like an ace up your sleeve, I guess. Plank Boy saying we should do guide for hurdle. It's a much better suggestion. Actually, Ochre was fine. Ochre was fine. There was a different suggestion earlier that I didn't like. Obstacle. Yes, obstacle looks like barrier, as Minnie is telling me. All right. Robin McLean is here saying barrier. Largest member of the dolphin family. Koala for hurdle. That was the suggestion I didn't like because it repeats an A and K is not that common. Yeah. Arkadium says koala is the one you didn't like. You made a face. Oh no. Am I scoffing at my own chat? Sneering, I guess. Clone for hurdle is a really good one, Jessica. I like that. Juan Chalice is saying orca. Yeah, largest member of the dolphin family, I guess, is an orca. That's interesting. All right. Buddy Blank. Buddy Blank. By the way, Ledition just solving this entire corner on Twitch without seeing any of the clues. Just in case you guys were wondering what Ledition is up to. Blake says, I will always suggest the worst hurdle starter. I don't know why. It's weird. We get no trolls in chat until it comes to opening hurdle words, and then everybody becomes a troll. Yeah, Rhonda says, I like clone. It honors the puzzle. I like it too. System is great. Buddy system. Remember this at like camp? Buddy system, everyone has to team up. Tess says, where are all the absolutely horrid guesses for hurdle? I have nothing to work with. Koala's not great, let's be honest. Okay. Yeah, Gary says orcas in the dolphin family. I had no idea. I know, crosswords teach us so much. I learned two cool things in this crossword. One was that Brian Eno used a Mac to compose the Microsoft sound. And two was facts. I did not know that facts came from facsimile. It seems everyone but me knew that one. Put out of one's mind. Cast aside. I like this. Cast aside looks good. We'll check 54 across. Pom sounds. I think that's short for Pomeranian. The yap. Looks right. Zuzu likes cast aside. Yeah, Barbara is also voting for clone for hurdle. I think that's what we're going to do. It is a good opener, and it honors the puzzle, which I like to do. Okay, D and CJ and Toddly enough saying airtime, broadcast hour, airtime. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Drew back. Patchword and Brown Eyes also voting for airtime. I like it. We are in the home stretch. 4 cells left, 4 squares left in this puzzle. I want this confetti, and then I want a hurdle. Yeah, I think we're seated. It makes more sense, as Zuzu's saying, because past tense in the clue means past tense in the answer. And what is this? Genre portmanteau. I saw people guessing this already. It does look like it's going to be dramedy. Portmanteau of drama and comedy. And let's check the downs. RX order is a med. And big name in ice cream is Edie. Edie's ice cream. All right, I'm putting it in. Do not go anywhere because we're hurdling. Here we go. Nice. Pretty quick for us. Good work, gang. That was fun. I liked this. I liked the double cross. I liked that there was this extra layer. And I can't believe how many symmetric words there are for copycat. Interesting. I enjoyed this puzzle. I'm pulling up hurdle right now. Do not leave. And while I do that, I want to tell you that we stream every day. We stream every day at noon. It's always fun. We always do a crossword and hurdle. And I am streaming tonight at 9 p.m. doing the second ever evening stream, evening for me at least. And I would love to see many of you there. All right, I'm almost there. Sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay, that looks good. I think you all can see that. And I don't even want to see what heinous suggestions have been put in chat, because you know what I'm doing. We're doing clone. Ash Potato just followed us. Clone. We're doing it. I deserve this. I deserve this terrible response. All gray with just this little yellow E. It's like the least useful hit. But it rules out ochre, most importantly. Ochre is now not on the table. Rainbow Canoe's back, saying Steam. That's a sensible guess. Steam. We could do a do also. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are doing. Why don't we try a do? We can't just mess around. Don't want to lose. All right, let's do it. Okay, so we found our E, and the I hit also, but it's not here. Let me give you a little hint. It's not going to be at the end either. I can't even picture a single word that fits that letter pattern. So it either begins with an I, or has an I right here. Yeah, I'm seeing like ending in R guesses, like timer, viper. For some reason, everybody wants timer. Maybe because it starts with a T. Yeah, Rainbow Canoe wants it. Why is it weird that it ends in R? Yeah, I think timer is a good guess. All right, but this is hurdle. You know, we get a little more information every round. The I hit, which is good, and the R and the T. That's actually quite successful pick. But the fact that it doesn't end in ER is kind of curious. It's going to be like rivet or something. It can't be fiber, brown eyes, because yellow means that the R is not in this position. Yeah, rivet was my idea. Now Bin Buggin' Out is guessing rivet. Refit. No, it's not refit, Letition. The vowels are swapped. So maybe rivet. Should we do it? Nice. Smooth. That was a good round of hurdle. If you haven't played a hurdle before, we now do this 4 more times, and they're chained together. Notice rivet is automatically our first guess for the next board, whether it's good or not. And we only get 5 of our own guesses, and then something wild happens at the very end. Yeah, good round, Jennifer. I agree. We had to use our noggins, but it wasn't, a total nail biter. Okay, Rainbow Canoe asking for Steam again. It's time we honor this. Steam. Let's do it. All right. You can't win them all. Wraith Knight is back. All right, what should we try? Tempo, interesting. Of course, Rock and Rhonda is asking for a music word. No, it can't be tempo because the M, Rhonda. Teach. No A. So far, no valid guesses because it can't be teach. A lot of people are saying teach. Table, says Duo. No A. We need something else. Can't be steak because of no S. Nobody has a valid guess. It's weird. Tuned, tiled, fetch. Fetch is kind of a cool guess. And teeth is the other one. No, it can't be teeth because of the E here. So let's try fetch. It's literally the only guess I've seen that works. That was sick. That was actually sick. And maybe there's a reason that everyone's guess was not working for one reason or another. Like maybe that was a more constrained board than it looked. Because fetch was the only one I saw that actually respected the constraints. That was pretty awesome. I saw him as like, nice. Yeah, it's very cool. Zach Wolford just followed us. Thank you, Zach. Okay. A lot of people, Logician and a lot of people on TikTok are wanting thing. Jessica says, quit trying to make fetch happen. That's hilarious, Jessica. Quit trying to make fetch happen. Tasso just followed us. Thank you for that. Yeah, thing looks reasonable. Interesting. Wow, okay. So we got a lot of hits, but nothing's correct. Ooh, I see an IGHT in our future. Yeah. These letters are screaming for an IGHT combo. Right, light. It could be sight. It could be might. We might need a filler, actually. Because there's so many. Bite, white. Yeah, I think even those might be words, as Logician is pointing out. We need a filler. We can guess one of them just to confirm the back four. What do we think? Yeah, Ruthless Jess is saying right. So maybe I guess right. And then we try a filler. Is that a bad idea? Okay, confirmed. We're just looking for a letter for this. So it could be a lot of possibilities. Limes, Zane is saying, because it checks light, it checks might. So what are they? Light, might, and sight. So we want those three for sure. So I guess limes does work. Limbs. Limbs might be even better because bite might be a word. Limbs is a good one. Let's try it. I know what word it is. I know what word it is. Limbs was smart. Well done, guys. That's a real round of hurdle right there. All right, I'm feeling good. Feeling good, but not complacent, because you can lose at this game, and it's painful. Someone who's lost many rounds of hurdle. I don't want that today. I at least want to make it to the last round because it's my favorite. And Luke is Bongo Man is like, told you. A lot of people are telling me a lot of things, Luke. We need to check some vowels, I think. I think we need to go vowel hunting. Blake is suggesting scour. Yeah, louse might be even better. I like this guess, louse. Guesses 3 vowels and puts 2 common letters in the mix. Ooh, very nice guess. Arkadium goes, Ame is still undefeated. Wow. Way to pit us against each other. Is Ame really undefeated at Hurdle? How is that possible? This game is so hard. Okay, so we start with L-O. Yeah, I see lower, lover, loved. A lot of possibilities, I guess. And not trying to start a fight, just stating facts. Oh my god. Logician coming to my defense. She's played less Hurdle than I have. That's true. Luke just followed. Let's see. Lover or loved. And Port Gas just followed us. Thank you. Hello. Why don't we try lover? Okay. Wasn't lover, but it's a good... Okay, so it's either loner, lower... I'm just straight up looking at this keyboard here. Can't be loser. Loper is maybe a word, but a weird one. So probably lower or loner. I think we have enough space to just guess. I don't think we need a filler. Yeah, Lucinda coming in with Loper, but even if Loper's in the mix, we have space for it. Let's try lower. Nice, it was lower. Yes, all right, we made it to board 5. Look alive, everybody. So in this round, our first 4 guesses are supplied for us. It's the answers to the previous 4 boards, and we only get 2 of our own guesses. This is where it gets real. We know 3 letters, M, E, and T, and we've ruled out a couple of spots for the E's and T's, but it's not a great draw, let's be frank. I see steam, I see empty. Let me see. Steam and empty. Both actually work, don't they? Yeah, Julie says, here's your steam. Can it be anything else? Can't be tempo. Why not empty, Deadnut Dude? That's important. Why can't it be empty? I've yet to see a reason. Wait, EMPT. Empty has T in the 4th position. So it can be empty. So here's the question. Period says, if it's Steam, I'm starting a conspiracy. It's hilarious. Here's the question. Do we just guess because we only have two possibilities? Or do we think about the fact that there could be a third possibility and try a filler word that gets us information? CJ suggesting a poll. Yeah, maybe we just say, okay, Tess is saying guess. Do we want Steam or do we want empty? Mo wants Steam. Lucky wants Steam. Maybe that's our poll. Tess wants Steam. All right, we're doing it. Rhonda wants it. Here we go. Oh boy, it was Steam. Oh wow. And who was it? Period, I think, needs to start a conspiracy because Steam was being suggested on the first board out of nowhere. Yeah, Rainbow Canoe. It was you. It was you. How did you... Do you have a crystal ball? Wow, that was fun. It is always fun. Yeah, Rainbow Canoe is here laughing. It is so much fun solving this with you. Please join me again tonight. I'll be back at 8 hours, I guess. 9 p.m. Eastern time. I would love to see many of your names there. It'll be a fresh crossword, and I'm going to do a hurdle from the archive, so we will play hurdle tonight as well. And Hit Period says they're listening to us. Yes, the hurdle folks are listening to our chat and uploading the game as they go. Check out Arkadium.com. They put out awesome games like this, and you can play Backlog of Hurdle right now if you're interested. Solve a couple crosswords, and do please follow us if you don't already. Thank you so much for all your support. I've had a great time, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday until 9 p.m. when you'll see my jolly face again.